Hi everyone, hope you all are good. We are here for grade 9 math. You can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password as provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab. Scroll down to grade 9 and then click on view all lessons. There you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter numbers. So please make sure you have your notebook and pen so that you can note down the important examples and definitions as well. Here I am on grade 9 math. Chapter we're going to start with is numbers. Let's just start with the first one, that is compare and order rational numbers. Okay, which sign makes the statement true? You have to compare 37 over 40 and 1 over 5, right? You cannot compare them until they have the same denominators, right? So first thing is you need to make the denominator same. You always make the smaller denominator equal to the greater one, right? You need to make that 5 equals 40. So 8 times 5 is 40. You need to multiply this fraction 1 by 5 with 8, right? That is 8 times 1 is 8 and 8 times 5 is 40. Now they have the like denominators, right? When they have the like denominators, you need to compare their numerators. 37 and 8, and 37 is greater than 8. That means 37 over 40 is greater than 8 over 40. And that means 37 over 40 is greater than 1 over 5. Got it? Let's just start with the test questions. Put these numbers in order from greatest to least, right? You have to start from greatest to least. Okay, so 2 is the greatest one, right? Then you have 16 over 32, and the least one is negative 2 over 5, right? Because that is negative number. Negative numbers are always smaller than the greater one. So option number 2 is the correct option. That is 2, 16 over 32 and minus 2 over 5. Got it? Which sign makes the statement true? 3 over 60 and 9 over 20. So you have to make their denominators same before comparing, right? So you need to make that 9 over 20, this 20 equal to 60. So you need to multiply this fraction by 3. That is 3 times 9 is 27 and 3 times 20 is 60. Now you can compare 3 over 60 and 27 over 60, right? So which is the correct option? The correct option is, now you need to compare their numerators, right? So 27 is greater than 3. That means 3 over 60 is less than 27 over 60, right? The correct option is 3 over 60 is less than 9 over 20. Got it? The correct option is less than. The next one is, which sign makes the statement true? 37 over 40 and 1 over 5. The first thing is you need to make their denominators same. So let's just multiply 1 over 5 with 8 because 5 times 8 is 40. So 37 over 40, 8 times 1, 5 times 8, right? So 37 over 40 and that equals 8 over 40. So which is the correct option? 37. When the denominators is same, you need to compare the numerators, right? That means 37 is greater than 8. So 37 over 40 is greater than 8 over 40. The correct option is greater, right? 37 over 40 is greater than 8 over 40. Got it? The correct option is greater. Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, the next one you have to compare and write the answer in the chat box. The next one is you have to arrange from greatest to least. 8 over 25, 5, negative 18 over 40. So which is the correct option? Which option is the correct one? That is option number 1 is the correct option. You have to arrange from greatest to least. That is 5, 18 over 25 and negative 18 over 40 is the correct option, right? Which sign makes the statement true? Negative 33 over 40 and negative 66 over 80. So which is the correct option? The correct option is if you multiply they both are exactly equal, right? Because you need to make the denominator same. So 40 times 2 is 80 and 33 times 2 is 66. So they both are exactly equal. Got it? The next one is put these numbers in order from least to greatest. So which is the correct option? That is the second one. Negative 9 over 15, negative 1 and 2 over 10. Option number 2 is the correct option. Very good. That is option number 2. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson, and the next lesson is absolute values and opposites. So let's just start with the next lesson. So what are the absolute values? What do you know about the absolute values? So absolute values means the positive values. No negative numbers are allowed in absolute values, right? So in absolute values, all the values must be positive. The first example is, what is the absolute value of negative 3? So 3 is negative. Absolute values are always positive, so that would be positive 3, right? Absolute values are always positive, so that would be positive 3. Got it? No negative values are allowed in the absolute values. Okay, let's just start with the test question. The absolute value means simply the positive values. What is the absolute value of negative 3.6? So again, that is a negative number, right? Negative 3.6 it is. So the absolute value must be a positive value, which is the correct option. The correct option is, yes, that is 3.6, right? Because absolute values are always the positive values. Okay, the next one is, what is the opposite of negative 6, which is the correct option? Opposite of a number means if the number is positive, the opposite is exactly the same number, but that is a negative number, right? So here you are given the negative 6. That means the opposite of negative 6 is positive 6. Got it? The correct option is positive 6. That is option number 1 is the correct option. The next one is, what is the absolute value of negative 6.8? So which is the correct option? The correct option is, absolute values are always the positive values. That is option number 1, 6.8 is the correct option. What is the opposite of negative 1? Opposite of a negative number is always a positive number. So opposite of negative 1 is positive 1, right? Option 1 is the correct option. What is the opposite of 4? Opposite of 4 is negative 4. Option number 1 is the correct option. Got it? What is the absolute value of negative 3, which is the correct option? Absolute value of negative 3 is a positive 3, because absolute values are always a positive values. So that would be 3. Very good. Absolute value, and what is the absolute value of 4, which is the correct option? Which is the correct option? Absolute value of 1 is 1, right? 1 is already positive. So a positive value have a positive absolute value. 1 it is. What is the opposite of 6? Opposite of 6 must be, yes, that is negative 6. Very good. What is the opposite of 10? Opposite of 10 is, that is negative 10, right? Opposite of a positive number is always a negative number. What is the absolute value of negative 1? The correct option is 1. Okay, we are done with the lesson. Let's just move on to next lesson. Okay, the next lesson is convert between decimals and fractions. Write 0.37 as a fraction in simplest form. So, which is the correct option? Okay, so you have to write down zero point 0.7 in the simplest form. First thing is you need to remove the decimal point, right? So whenever we remove a decimal point, we need to write 1 in the denominator for removing the decimal point, right? That is 0.37. So you added 1 for the decimal point, and there you have two digits after the decimal point. So you need to add the 100. So that is 37 over 100, right? That's how you convert from decimal to fraction, right? Let's just start with the test questions. They are very easy. Let's just start with the write negative zero point 0.8 as a fraction in simplest form. How do we write? First thing is remove decimal and write 1 in the decimal, in the denominator, right? Then you have one digit after the decimal point, so add 0, that is negative 8 over 10. You can divide them by the greatest common factor. The greatest common factor is 2, so that is negative 4 over 5. So which is the correct option? Yes, that is option number 1 is the correct option. Negative 4 over 5 is the correct one. Okay, write negative 9 over 10 as a decimal number. So which is the correct option? How do you write? Which is the correct option? That is, yes, the second one, negative zero point 0.9 it is, right? Because you have 1 0 in the denominator, that means you have only one decimal place right after the decimal point, that is negative zero point 0.9. Very good. The next one is write 0.37 in simplest form. So which is the correct option? The correct option is 37 over 100, right? Because you have two zeros, two decimal places right after decimal, so you need to add two zeros, that is 37 over 100. Got it? 37 over 100. The next one is write negative 1 over 5 as a decimal number. So which is the correct option? Which is the correct option? You need to write it as a decimal, right? So the first one, no, you have to make the denominator equal to 10. So you need to multiply it by the 10. That is negative 2 over 10. And you can write it easily as a decimal, that is negative 0.2, isn't it? Whenever you have to write a fraction as a decimal number, make the denominator equal to 10, 100, like this, right? You can make this equal to 10. So you multiply numerator and denominator by 2. So that is negative 2 over 10, and that equals negative 2, 0.2. The next one is 7 over 50, which is the correct option. We need to multiply the denominator by 2 so that it can be 100, right? So then that is 0.14 is the correct option. Option number 2 is the correct option. That is 0.14 is the correct option. Write 9 over 10 as a decimal number. So which is the correct option? How do you write? The correct option is, that is 0.9. Option number 1 is the correct option, right? Write negative 0.5 as a fraction in simplest form. Which is the correct option? The correct option is, that is negative 1 over 2 is the correct option. Got it? That is negative 1 over 2. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. That is number lines. Let's just start with the next lesson. That is number lines. Okay, let's just start with the test questions. Type the missing number. So which number is missing? That is negative 34, right? Because the number are decreasing on this side, so all the numbers are already negative. That would be negative 34. Type the missing number, which is the correct option. That is negative 90, right? Type the missing number. Which number is missing? Yes, that is negative 2. The missing number is negative 2. The next one is type the missing number. So, which is the correct option? Which is the missing number? That is 70 is the missing number, right? Type the missing number. That is negative 6 is missing, right? Type the missing number. So, which number is missing? The missing one is negative 55 is missing, right? The correct option is negative 55. Type the missing number. So, which number is missing? That is negative 8 is missing, right? The missing number is -77, right? Okay, we are done with the lesson. We'll do the next lesson in the next session, right? So today we are working on grade 9 math. The chapter we're working on is numbers. And the lessons we have covered today are compare and order rational numbers, absolute value and opposites, convert between decimals and fractions, and the one we have just finished is number lines, right? So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons we just did. That is your homework until next session, right? So if you need more help with the lesson, you can contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available from Monday to Friday 5 to 9. Or either you can join me in the interactive session that would be daily from 4 to 5 and from 9 to 10. So if you have any questions related to the lessons we have just finished, you can please ask. I'm here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have any. So please ask questions if you have any. No questions? Okay, that's all for today. See you in the next session.